continue our worship, Reverend Dorothy Williams will come to present our Black History presentation for the day. Dreams for Our Children, Education, Mary McCleod Bethune.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Our theme for today is Dreams for Our Children, Education. Let me begin by suggesting to you that Mrs. Mary McCleod Bethune is a prime example for the essence of our theme. However, time will not allow me to venture deeply into all of her accomplishments, which were very helpful for her because they shaped her life in a very unimaginable way. Not only that, they served to intensify the philosophy of hers of living and serving. Mrs. Bethune was born July 10, 1875. She became the first of her family born free. And at the age of 11, she became the first also of her family to attend school. Later in life, as an adult, she described a significant event that occurred during those school years that awakened and guided her life thereafter. Listen as she describes that event. My teacher had a box of Bibles and textbooks, and she gave one of each for my very own. The same day, the teacher opened the Bible to John 3:16 and read, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life." With those words, she says, the scales fell from my eyes and the light came flooding in. And my sense of inferiority, my fear of handicaps dropped away. Whoever, the Bible said, no Jew nor Gentile, no Catholic nor Protestant, no black nor white, just whoever. It meant, she said, that I, an humble Negro girl, had just as much chance as anybody in the love and sight of God. Those words, she went on to say, stored up a battery of faith, confidence, and determination in my heart, which has not failed me to this day. What a decisive moment, a budding moment. It has been said that such a moment has the potential of causing a great shift in the way one perceives or acts on things. Certainly this seemed true in the life of Mrs. Bethune. For even though as a young woman, her application to serve as a missionary in Africa was rejected because Negroes were not supposed to take such positions, she remained undaunted. Indeed, the closing of that door gave her new life and new energy into the dedication to improve the opportunities for every black child. And to that end, in due time, with $1.50, she opened her own school. Listen as she describes that significant event. On October the 3rd, 1904, I opened the doors of my own school with an enrollment of 5 girls and 1 boy who was my own son. And in less than 2 years, I had 250 pupils. Now, nearby was a field which was used as a dumping ground. I approached the owner determined to buy it. The cost was $250. He agreed to take $5 down and the balance within 2 years. I promised to come back in a few days with the initial payment. However, he never knew it. I didn't have the initial $5. But after selling pies and dinners, I raised the money. And I took the owner his money in small change wrapped in my handkerchief. Amazing, right? Impressive. Moreover, in 1923, Mrs. Bethune's School for Girls merged with Cookman Institute of Jacksonville, Florida, a boys' school. And eventually, the new school became Bethune-Cookman College, and Mrs. Bethune served as president until her retirement in 1942. Another note of interest here is that in 2007, the Bethune-Cookman College achieved university status. My. Now, surpassing those great accomplishments. In 1936, Mrs. Bethune gained national recognition when she became advisor to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Under his leadership, she served as director of the Black Affairs within National Youth Administration. In addition, allow me now to report one other thing. 6 years before her death, Mrs. Bethune received an honorary doctorate degree from Roland College of Orlando, Florida. Finally, as she records her last will and legacy, Dr. Bethune writes this: "Now my life draws to a close. I will pass my legacy on to Negroes everywhere in hope that an old woman's philosophy may give them inspiration." Here now a few of the words of her legacy. I leave you love. I leave you hope. I leave you the challenge of developing confidence for one another. I leave you a thirst for education. I leave you finally responsibility to our young people. Faith, courage, dignity, responsibility. We must cultivate them and use them as tools for our task of completing the establishment of equality for the Negro. We must sharpen these tools in the struggle that face us and find new ways of using them. The freedom gates are half ajar. We must pry them fully open. Dr. Bethune died May 18, 1955. Amen.